Jonathan Barratt also joining us this morning. Jonathan, good to have you with us. Everyone's, keeping their eye on crude or markets have been, on the boil with respect to what's happening there. How perturbed are you by the latest commentary coming in from the Saudis, the fact that it's going to take them a little longer to get that supply back online? What's the kind of impact you see on prices?
Good morning. Look, I think at the moment we've already seen the impact, obviously, with that move we had overnight. The market's still a little bit unsure as to what the next play will be, and I think that'll keep prices a little bit better bid. Yes, there is a concern in getting supply to the market. That should keep prices firm. My major concern at the moment is what is the next move? What will the US do? What will Saudi do? And how will Iran react to what they do? So in my mind, still quite a fluid moment, but I think that will keep prices relatively well bid from here.
Jonathan, historically, when oil prices have gone up because of an event, they will come down because either if the event effect fades away, or in this case, the supply would be restored. So if more oil supply is coming and if supply would be restored 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, anyone's guess, what is leading to this rampant speculation?
Look, I think that you are right. If the situation calms, more supply. We do know more supply is coming on the market, obviously, with what the US is doing. I get a sense that it is all about that geopolitical situation at the moment. And if the geopoliticals will dictate it, then prices will remain firm. I think you are right when you say that we are seeing more supply. If the economies look to be slowing down, then you'll see commodity prices in general start to come off the boil, and that's why we saw oil. So this geopolitical move has heightened the fact that supply is an issue, and as a result of that, prices are a little bit firm. So in my mind, we really have to wait and see what unfolds. My view is that if we don't see any rhetoric that comes out to resolve the problem, then tensions will remain. If the US or we get a joint effort or military effort, then prices will go higher. Whether or not they'll stay up there is another thing. But in my mind, we've really got to wait and see as to what the geopolitical situation is and how it's occurring.
Jonathan, if I look at the fundamental contours which are at play, China is no longer an oil guzzler. The consumption patterns are dwindling because China is slowing down. The fear of disruption by electric vehicles, I think, is real. And globally, everyone is conscious about environmental norms, which in a sense will have impact on how fossil fuels would be consumed. So you got 3 mega trends, Jonathan, which are against oil. So can I safely assume that this uptick into oil eventually would be sold into, it may not happen in the month of September, but October oil prices would definitely be lower than where they are?
Look, I'd probably disagree with that to a certain extent. One thing we've got to factor in is obviously China's consumption of oil. Down the track, they are moving to alternatives. They are readjusting. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at a lot of stimulus that has come into the Chinese economy, and a lot of that stimulus requires those imports of oil and obviously those base metals. So whilst we're seeing very highly stimulatory policies coming out of China, I certainly see the demand will be there. So any sort of shock that we see at the moment is a shock, I think, that will be pushed through to the market. So I think you have a view, yes, that the market and supply of oil will come lower. But I think when we have a lot of this stimulus and we have a lot of more fiscal and monetary stimulus coming through the global economies, that will react to a supply issue if, in fact, we have supply problems like we do at the moment coming out of Saudi Arabia. It just adds to that volatility.
Okay, Jonathan, great to speak with you. Seems like we disturbed you in between a golf session.
That's fine. No problems at all.
Okay, great speaking with you as always. That's The View coming in on crude.